In the shadows of Oakland's vibrant streets lies a chilling tapestry of ghostly tales and restless spirits. From abandoned asylums to forgotten graveyards, this city is a haunting narrative waiting to be uncovered. Join us as we journey through the top 15 haunted places in Oakland, where every corner whispers secrets of the past dare you explore. One, Dunsmuir Hellman Historic Estate, Oakland. In the shadows of the lush, sprawling grounds of the Dunsmuir Hellman Historic Estate in Oakland, whispers swirl like the autumn leaves rustling in the trees, ensnaring visitors with tales of sadness and lurking dread. This once elegant home belonged to the wealthy Dunsmuir family, whose opulent lifestyle cloaked a series of tragedies that would seep into the very foundation of the estate, leaving behind a spectral legacy. Rumors of ghostly apparitions, disembodied voices, and supernatural occurrences permeate the air, particularly among those who dare to traverse the mansion's flickering, dimly lit halls. Locals speak of the plight of Anita Dunsmuir, the eldest daughter whose heart-rending tale takes root in personal loss and seclusion. In an unfathomable twist of fate, she experienced the agony of losing her son, which weighed heavily upon her spirit. Her despair is said to manifest in the estate, where her figure is frequently spotted meandering through the gardens, searching, eternally longing for what she lost. As dusk falls, others describe cold spots that seem to suck warmth from the air, accompanied by the inexplicable sound of a mother's wailing echoing through the walls, a chilling testament to her undying sorrow. While some visitors leave enchanted by the estate's beauty and tranquility, others report feelings of profound unease, as if unseen eyes are upon them. You see, those who venture into the historic estate should tread carefully, as the boundaries between our realm and the one that shelters Anita's spirit sometimes blur alarmingly. The weight of unresolved grief hangs heavy, a stark reminder that not all who dwell here have departed in peace. Therefore, if you choose to wander the estate's shadows, be prepared. You may find that you are not genuinely alone, and while history may haunt the halls, it is the emotions entwined within them that enact an even deeper terror. 2. Cohen Bray House, Oakland. In the heart of Oakland, where gnarled trees throw crooked shadows on cobblestone streets, stands the Cohen Bray House, a relic steeped in unsettling tales. Once an elegant Victorian residence constructed in 1882 for a wealthy merchant and his family, the house now whispers secrets that curl in the night air like wisps of smoke. Locals speak in hushed tones of the spectral figures glimpsed through its grand windows, a woman in white, her face twisted with sorrow, and children laughing in the stillness, playmates of a bygone era. The dread surrounding Cohen Bray is not merely folklore. It is intertwined with the heart-wrenching history of the Bray family, particularly the death of a young boy who lost his life tragically on the property. The tale goes that he was playing near a treacherous cliff during a storm when a sudden gust swept him away, his cries echoing eerily in the void. The family, stricken with grief, felt the boy's spirit linger, leading the distraught mother to spiral into madness, forever searching for her child. Over the years, witnesses have brought forth chilling accounts. Spectral sightings of a frail child peering from upstairs windows, and inexplicable cold spots in rooms where the laughter of children once flourished. Even the furniture seems to move on its own accord, while ghostly whispers can be discerned in the creaking of the old wooden floors late at night. For those daring enough to approach its foreboding facade, proceed with caution. The Cohen Bray house is more than just a relic of the past. It's a haunting reminder of sorrow and loss, where the boundary between the living and the dead appears tenuous. Those who enter might find themselves touched by the shadows of those who dwell there, forever entangled in the anguish of a heart that never healed. Tread lightly, for the house may not welcome your curiosity as it guards its sorrowful secrets. 3. Cameron Stanford House, Oakland. In the heart of Oakland lies the Cameron Stanford House, a majestic Victorian mansion that stands as a somber reminder of a dark past. Its towering presence, cloaked in an eerie allure that beckons the brave and the foolish alike. Built in 1876 by the influential Stanford family, this home radiates an unsettling ambiance, leading many locals to whisper of its haunted legacy. As the sun sets behind its ornate gables, the house stands still in suffocating silence, a stark contrast to the vibrant life surrounding it. Residents claim they have seen specters drifting through the windows, and faint whispers of laughter echoing through the tightly packed trees that shade its grounds. Sentinels to an unseen tragedy. The chilling tales revolve around the house's first owner, former California Governor Leland Stanford's brother, who was said to have experienced personal turmoil deeply intertwined with the residents. A tragic story recounts the death of Governor Stanford's only son, who passed away at a young age from typhoid fever in a nearby area. The mournful atmosphere surrounding his untimely demise permeated the house, sparking tales of a malevolent spirit entwined with familial grief. Visitors have reported seeing a young boy's apparition playing in the garden, accompanied by waves of icy air that sweep through the halls, sending chills down the spines of those unfortunate enough to venture near. Yet, tales must be approached with caution. The house has attracted numerous paranormal investigators, many of whom have documented inexplicable occurrences, cold spots, disembodied voices, and sudden feelings of dread that leave a lingering unease. Whispered warnings surround the mansion. Some claim the spirits there do not welcome intruders, and those who have dared to stay too long speak of an overwhelming urge to leave, as if being pulled away by an unseen force. As you step closer to the Cameron Stanford house, be forewarned. Curiosity can lead to encounters one might wish to forget. 4. Mountain View Cemetery, Oakland. In the heart of Oakland, shrouded in the shadows of ancient oaks and ageless marble monuments, lies Mountain View Cemetery, a sprawling necropolis that whispers secrets of the dead. As the sun dips below the horizon, the cemetery transforms. Fog clings to the ground, wrapping around the gravestones like the icy fingers of the long departed. As mournful winds carry echoes of lost souls, local legends speak of restless spirits lingering in the twilight, particularly the spectral figure of a woman in white, often said to roam the grounds searching for a lost love. Such rumors were birthed amidst the deeply rooted history of this hallowed ground. Established in 1863 as the final resting place for influential figures like architect Julia Morgan and California Governor George C. Pardee, yet it is the tales of the unknown that resonate most deeply in the hearts of locals. Among these eerie stories is the tragedy of a buried family whose lives ended too soon. One mysterious death after another left their descendants searching for answers among the tombstones. Visitors claim to hear anguished voices calling out their names, particularly when the moon is full, while some assert they have encountered a chilling coldness that seeps into their very bones. The most chilling evidence of the cemetery's haunted reputation lies not just in eerie sightings, but in the inexplicable phenomenon of flickering lights and sudden temperature drops, leading brave souls to document these spectral encounters for thrill or proof. Yet a warning lingers in the air. Many who venture too close to the unmarked graves or tarry in the cemetery after dusk often recount feeling an inexplicable sensation of dread, as if they have become the subject of watchful, ghostly eyes. To tread these sacred grounds may unearth more than mere historical tales. It may disturb the eternal slumber of the restless dead. For those seeking adventure in the shadows of Mountain View Cemetery, heed this chilling advice. Some spirits prefer solitude, and the consequences of intruding on their peace could be haunting, leaving you forever tied to this place as an unwilling guest among the grave. Five, Pardee Home Museum, Oakland. Nestled in the quiet embrace of Oakland's verdant hills, the Pardee Home Museum stands as a time-worn sentinel, whispering forgotten tales that linger like cobwebs in the corners. Its elaborate Victorian architecture and antique furnishings evoke a sense of nostalgia. Yet the air is thick with unease. A chilling aura permeates the halls, as if silent voices still inhabit the parlor rooms. Local lore is steeped in the unsettling tales of the Pardee family, who resided in this grand establishment during the late 19th century. Neighbors would often speak in hushed tones of strange occurrences, distant laughter echoing from empty rooms, fleeting glimpses of a shadowy figure drifting through the garden at twilight, and the eerie sensation of being watched as you meander through its opulent chambers. The story deepens with the tragic end of Elizabeth Pardee, the matriarch, who succumbed to an unexplained illness. It is said that her spirit, unable to leave the home she cherished, now lingers, offering a sorrowful presence to those who dare to cross her threshold. Visitors often report feelings of sudden coldness, doors creaking open on their own, and soft cries that resonate through the halls, an unsettling reminder of a life cut short. Such paranormal evidence has attracted ghost hunters and curious souls, all eager to witness the otherworldly hints of Elizabeth's lingering essence. But beware, the atmosphere within these historic walls holds more than memories. It operates as a vault of unspoken emotions and unresolved anguish for those who seek thrills in the paranormal. The Pardee Home Museum is a treasure trove, yet it is also a warning. Some advise caution, claiming that those who take lightly the realm of spirits risk awakening something far more sinister, an entity unable to discern the lines between the living and the departed. As dusk falls over the museum, the specters of the past remain restless, their stories waiting to ensnare the unwary with chilling enchantment. Six, Paramount Theater, Oakland. The Paramount Theater in Oakland stands like a shimmering jewel in the heart of the city, its majestic facade illuminating the darkened streets with ethereal allure. Yet, beneath its grand exterior lies a chilling tapestry of legends, woven into the very fabric of its history. Locals whisper of unexplained phenomena, late-night apparitions, and ghostly echoes haunting the lavish halls where Hollywood stars once graced the stage. Built in 1931, the theater was a dazzling architectural accomplishment, yet it harbors an unsettling past. During its early years, it became a burial ground of sorts for dreams unrealized. Rumor has it that the spirit of a young actress, whose career was abruptly cut short during a tragic accident while she rehearsed for her big debut, roams the balcony, searching for her lost performance. Many claim that her hauntingly melodious voice can still be heard, softly singing lullabies to the empty seats at midnight, drawing thrill-seekers and the curious alike into her curse. The tangled threads of tragedy have led to numerous accounts of flickering lights and shadows dancing across the walls, igniting curiosity while instilling dread. Those brave enough to delve deeper into the lore of the Paramount Theater often report an overpowering sense of grief hanging heavily in the air, as if the very walls themselves mourn the aspirations that faded long ago into obscurity. But heed this warning. Some say the spirit is restless, requiring an audience to witness her final act. Venturing into the theater at night may unlock the ethereal yet tragic world she once inhabited. Yet it also opens the door to chilling encounters. The brave may find themselves consumed by her longing, hearing her calls echoing through the hallways long after the final curtain falls. Tread carefully, for not all spirits are at peace, and the quest for resolution may embroil you in a tale of sorrow that lingers far beyond the stage. 7. Oakland City Hall. Oakland. In the heart of Oakland, nestled amid the bustling city streets, stands a structure that echoes the whispers of the past. Oakland City Hall, a majestic hub of governance shadowed by unease. As dusk settles and the city lights flicker to life, there's an unsettling chill that wraps around the aged stone walls. Locals tell of eerie happenings, where shadows flicker just beyond the periphery of vision and whispers seem to drift through the corridors, leaving chills racing down the spine. One cannot walk the cavernous hallways without recalling the dark history encapsulated in its very foundation. Built in the early 20th century, City Hall is believed to harbor the spirit of a young woman, a city worker tragically slain during the tumultuous times of the 1970s. It is said that she was deeply devoted to her work, yet met a grim fate. Her life extinguished in an act of violence that sent shockwaves through the community. Witnesses have reported seeing a pale figure wandering the floors after hours, her translucent form drifting through rooms, as if still tethered to the responsibilities that once consumed her. Those fortunate or unfortunate enough to catch a glimpse often describe a profound sadness that seems to emanate from her presence, a sorrow that permeates the air long after she disappears. A flicker of a light here, the soft sound of a door creaking open there, the specter's existence is underscored by tangible evidence of her lingering spirit. Those courageous enough to investigate, however, should heed caution. The air grows thick with apprehension. When night falls, reports suggest that those who delve too closely to her tragic tale have left with feelings of dread, plagued by nightmares, or an inexplicable sense of dread that lingers long after they've fled the grandeur of City Hall. As the city pulses with life outside, something unspeakable brews within the stone walls, a reminder that the past is never truly gone, and some spirits may never find peace. 8. Peralta Hacienda Historical Park, Old Tiri, Oakland. In the shadows of Oakland's Peralta Hacienda Historical Park, where the whispering winds rustle through the ancient oak trees, an unsettling presence lingers, casting a spectral pall over this once thriving estate. Built in the 1800s by the Peralta family, who were California's first and most influential landowners, the hacienda stands as a testimony to both prosperity and tragedy. Visitors often speak of a persistent chill as they traverse the grounds, especially after dusk, as though they are being watched by unseen eyes. Legend has it that the park is haunted by the spirits of those who once toiled and suffered within its borders, particularly the unclaimed souls of the displaced Olón tribes and Mexican laborers who lost their lives in a violent struggle for land and dignity. Historical accounts reveal that amidst the prosperity of the Peralta family, a tragic fire swept through the estate in 1868, claiming not only the physical structure but also the lives of those trapped within. Reports of ghostly figures flickering in the windows and mournful cries echoing through the night have captivated locals, with many attributing these sights to the restless spirits of those who perished in flames. Paranormal investigators, equipped with EMF detectors and spirit boxes, have recorded unexplainable phenomena, chilling cold spots, inexplicable voices, and even apparitions caught in fleeting glimpses. But those brave enough to venture out after dark often warn of an undeniable weight in the atmosphere, a heavy dread that drives curiosity to retreat. The ghosts of the Peralta hacienda are not merely remnants of the past. They are harbingers of untold sorrow tied to the land. It is said that those who linger too long may risk awakening these spirits, forever binding their fate to the tragic history that stains the earth. Be warned. As they say, once you enter the world of the dead, it might be less a visit and more an invitation to stay. Nine. Chapel of the Chimes, Oakland. In the heart of Oakland, tucked away behind tangled trees and somber stones, lies the Chapel of the Chimes, a labyrinthine memorial, shrouded in the whispers of the departed. Many locals dare not tread its hallowed grounds as chilling tales circulate about restless spirits lingering among the beautifully haunting columbarium's arches, where the very walls seem to breathe sorrow. Standing since 1901, the chapel was designed by the renowned architect Julia Morgan, each intricate detail revealing a reverence for the dead, but enveloping visitors in unease, as if they walked among the future and the forgotten. As dusk descends, the atmosphere shifts palpably. Unsuspecting visitors often hear echoes of soft voices, laughter that fades into the wind, and a pervasive, frigid sensation that coats the spine, leading the brave to question their own senses. Local legend recounts a tragic fire that devastated Oakland in 1906, a calamity that swallowed lives and dreams alike, a darkness that allegedly left its mark on the chapel. Ghostly figures have since emerged in the lore. Visitors tell of a female apparition adorned in a flowing white gown, presumed to be a grieving widow, who roams the columbarium's halls searching for her lost love. Sightings of her spectral form have been corroborated by both staff and visitors, who describe feeling but a chill across the back of their necks as she brushes past, or the flicker of candles that extinguish inexplicably as she draws near. Paranormal investigations have found electromagnetic readings spiking erratically, reinforcing claims of otherworldly presence. Yet, as you ponder stepping through those ancient doors, heed this warning. Those who linger too long may discover truths about loss and longing not meant for the living. The Chapel of the Chimes invites reverence and respect, but for those unprepared for its echoes of grief, it offers a haunting reminder that life and death are intertwined, and some doors, once opened, may never close. 10. Evergreen Cemetery, Oakland. Nestled beneath the gnarled branches of ancient oaks, Evergreen Cemetery in Oakland looms with a haunting silence that echoes the memories of its long-departed residents. Visitors often feel an unsettling chill as they traverse the overgrown pathways winding through the graves, particularly On fog-laden evenings when shadows dance unnaturally in the wavering light, local folklore whispers of numerous spirits that roam this hallowed ground, with tales of shadowy figures appearing suddenly among the tombstones and the soft murmur of grieving whispers following anyone daring enough to wander too far. Evergreen is not just another peaceful resting place. It carries the weight of history, housing the remains of prominent figures, including Oakland's first mayor, Samuel Merritt, and the famed architect, Julia Morgan, whose presence adds an intriguing touch to the cemetery's eerie reputation. As the sun dips below the horizon, the cemetery becomes a tapestry of shadows, and those who've delved deeper into its mysteries recount chilling apparitions. Visitors report spine-tingling encounters with the ghost of a young girl who lingers near her family's grave, lost in her eternal sorrow, leaving cold patches in air where she roams. Others have experienced unexplained phenomena, the sensation of being touched when no one was near, disembodied voices recounting events from the past, or flashes of light flickering from unseen sources. The most tragic tale is that of the unknown soldiers buried in mass graves, victims of the Spanish flu pandemic, whose unresolved energies seem to weep through the cool night air, connecting bygone suffering with the present. Approach with caution, for Evergreen Cemetery holds the specters of history, and those who chase after ghostly sightings may inadvertently awaken the restless dead. As the boundary between the living and the spirits blurs, remember, solitude here can quickly become a ghastly encounter. If you dare tread the sacred grounds of Evergreen, hear the warning of those who came before. Sometimes it's the silence between the headstones that speaks the loudest. Clark Mansion Site, Oakland. The moon hung low over the sprawling grounds of the now abandoned Clark Mansion Site in Oakland, where shadows danced eerily among the ancient oak trees, whispering secrets of the restless past. Haunted tales of this once glorious estate, built in the late 1800s by the affluent Clark family, have echoed through the neighborhood surrounding it, each recounting the chilling history of misfortune that befell those who crossed its thresholds. Locals speak in hushed tones about the opulent mansion that stood proudly before its destruction by fire in 1972, just days after the death of its last resident, a recluse who reportedly spent his final days tearing down the remnants of memories, laying bare a heartbroken narrative that culminated in tragedy. This accelerating spiral of loss ignited rampant speculation and urban legends. Stories of spectral figures caught in their final moments, and disembodied wails drifting through the trees, echoing the anguish of a family never at peace. Eyewitness accounts abound, detailing phantom lights flickering within the charred ruins, and the sensation of icy fingers brushing against the skin of those brave enough to trespass after dark. A chilling tale also recounts the spectral image of a woman in white wandering the overgrown gardens, thought to be a member of the Clark family forever mourning her lost legacy. For decades, the land has served as a canvas for fear and fascination, drawing urban explorers, ghost hunters, and those simply curious about the peculiar energy that clings to the once magnificent site. But heed this warning. The veil between the living and the dead is notoriously thin here, where the line between history and haunting begins to blur. Those who wish to visit should prepare to confront fears that lurk in the shadows and anticipate a reminder that some places are better left undisturbed. For the spirits of Clark Mansion still linger, longing for the solace they never attained and whispering tales of sorrow into the ears of the living who dare to listen. Claremont Resort and Club, Oakland. Nestled among the lush hills of Oakland, California, the Claremont Resort and Club looms like a regal specter, its elaborate architecture suffused with an eerie stillness that stirs the imagination of all who pass through its grand entrance. Once a lavish escape for the elite, whispers of ghostly inhabitants linger in the hallways and echo in the gardens, where the spirits of old seem to haunt the manicured paths. The resort's history is marred by secrets, transformed over decades from an elegant summer retreat into a refuge for the brokenhearted. Local lore suggests that one of its earliest guests, a distraught bride whose fiancé never showed on the eve of their wedding, leaped from the very cliffs that overlook the bay, forever entwining her sorrow with the hotel's fate. This tragic narrative was not simply a casualty of love lost. It has spiraled into accounts of phantom footsteps, disembodied wails, and sudden drops in temperature in room 505, where the bride's spirit is said to roam, yearning for comfort and closure. Guests have reported feeling an inexplicable chill or, on occasion, the sensation of a presence watching over them, undeniably connecting them to an anguished past. For skeptics ponder the plausibility of such tales, the resort has not only maintained its historical grandeur but also, just beneath the surface, birthed chilling accounts from staff and visitors alike, affirming that the veil between the living and the dead is tenuously thin within its walls. But should you decide to visit this storied location, tread carefully. The Claremont Resort and Club is no mere historical landmark, with each room steeped in the residue of hearts broken and lives unsettled. You may find that the embers of tragic stories still burn bright, serving as a foreboding reminder that some ghosts are forever bound to the places where their hearts once soared, merely waiting for the living to embrace their haunting call. The Fox Theater, Oakland. The Fox Theater in Oakland stands as a stunning testament to Art Deco architecture. Yet beneath its ornate facade lurks an unsettling aura that triggers the imaginations of those who enter. By day, its grand lobby and intricate murals of dancers and musicians draw crowds. But when darkness envelops the theater, it transforms into a macabre stage for haunting tales whispered among locals. Many speak of the persistent specter of a ghostly figure, often identified as a beleaguered stagehand, who met a tragic fate in the recesses of this historic venue. As the story goes, this unfortunate soul lost his life during a performance in the mid-20th century, trapped in the machinery of the stage while working to ensure the show would go on. Locals have claimed sightings of a shadowy figure, sometimes reported as wearing a tattered work shirt, flitting between the sound booth and backstage, adding to the chilling lore. There are countless accounts of strange occurrences, flickering lights, unexplained cold spots, and disembodied whispers echoing throughout the empty auditorium. An unsettling sensation of being watched grips performers and audiences alike as they occupy their seats, as if the ghostly stagehand continues to fulfill his duty in the afterlife. For those daring to linger after hours, warnings come thick with the weight of experience. There's a palpable tension in the air, as if the theater itself is a living entity, preserving the memory of its past tragedies. Those who visit must heed this pulse of supernatural energy. It's an invocation of the spirits that watch in silence from the shadows. Should you find yourself in this storied space, with the echo of applause lingering like a haunting memory, remember that some tragedies refuse to fade away, and not all who wander the earthly stage are ready to leave it behind. The Fox Theater remains a realm where history melds with the spectral, a poignant reminder of loss intertwined with the thrill of performance. St. Jarlath Catholic Church, Oakland. In the heart of Oakland, the imposing edifice of St. Jarlath Catholic Church stands as a somber reminder of both faith and despair, its stone facade exuding an unsettling aura that seems to pulse with history. Locals often whisper about the eerie presence that permeates its hallowed halls, where flickering candles occasionally extinguish for no apparent reason, and cold drafts weave through the nave despite sealed windows. The origins of these whispers can be traced back decades, rooted in the church's participation in the community's turbulent past, marked by loss, tragedy, and an irrevocable connection to the supernatural. Built in the 1920s, St. Jarlath's served as a refuge during the tumultuous years of the Great Depression, when churches became sanctuaries for the impoverished. It was during this time that a scandal involving a beloved priest surfaced, allegedly tied to the unexplained disappearance of several parishioners, leading many to believe that their souls languish in unrest within the church's shadowy recesses. The church bears witness to countless tragedies, but one haunting incident stands prominent in the collective memory of its congregants. In 1948, a fire ravaged the upstairs community hall, claiming the life of a young altar boy who rushed back inside to save a trapped friend. Eyewitness accounts describe the boy's spirit lingering in the church, often appearing as a flickering light near the altar or a soft, sorrowful whisper echoing during late-night vigils. Some parishioners have reported feelings of cold terror or a sense of being watched when attending evening mass, a palpable reminder of the unresolved grief and pain that seems to saturate the very air. As you consider a visit to this old church, heed this warning. Spirits do not easily rest, and the past does not quietly fade. If you dare to enter, tread lightly. The weight of sorrow and regret hangs heavy here, and the spectral echoes of the past might choose to reveal themselves to you in ways you never anticipated. Grand Lake Theater, Oakland. The Grand Lake Theater in Oakland, California, stands as a grand monument to the art of cinema, its vintage marquee a beacon of nostalgia. Yet behind its elegantly plastered facade lurks an unsettling history that sends shivers down the spine of those who pass by after dark. Whispers among locals hint at phantom footsteps echoing in the hallway, faint voices drifting from the balcony, and shadowy figures appearing in the periphery of one's vision. Built in 1926, the theater has witnessed the ebb and flow of cinema. But it's not just the films that linger. The 1930s saw a tragic event that forever altered its narrative during a screening in 1936. A fire broke out, leading to the deaths of a handful of patrons, while many more survived, but not without psychological scars. This harrowing incident is rumored to have left the spirits of those victims bound to the theater, replaying their final moments to unwitting attendees. Staff has reported paranormal phenomena throughout the years, from the flickering of lights in unoccupied rooms to sudden drops in temperature, creating an engulfing chill that signals the presence of untethered souls. Investigators using EVP devices have captured weak but unmistakable whispers of despair, corroborating claims by staff and guests alike who have felt an inexplicable heaviness, often accompanied by the scent of burning fabric. Visitors are warned to tread carefully. Those who linger too long in the old lobby or the deserted projection room often feel an unshakable sense of dread, as though being watched by unseen eyes yearning for release. Every October, as Halloween approaches and the veil between realms thins, the theater hosts ghost tours that draw thrill seekers and skeptics alike, leaving some transformed, touched by the haunted echoes that refuse to fade. Remember, when you step into the Grand Lake Theater, you are not alone. It's a stage for stories that transcend time, beckoning the brave to confront the lingering shadows of the past. Thanks for joining us on this spine-chilling tour of the top 15 haunted places in Oakland. If you enjoyed exploring the paranormal with us, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more eerie adventures. Share your favorite haunted spot in the comments below, and get ready for our next video, where we uncover the most terrifying urban legends lurking in the shadows. Until next time, stay spooky